Good morning, YouTube. So, I have a confession. Yesterday, I ate an entire pint of ice cream. The entire tub, all. Not in one sitting, but all in one day. Doesn't feel really good right now. So I'm going to go for my run and have it be an epic workout. But I wanted to talk about how, a little bit about my intention with this channel here. And with the sort of, with the sort of work that, that I'll be focusing on. And I want this channel to be an experiment. This whole thing is an experiment. I want it to be an experiment in authenticity. And I think I am a perfectionist. That is something that I have been working with all my life. And I think that to allow ourselves to be vulnerable and to be authentic, to be truly authentic, to be a peak performance coach who's total badass and who's running a couple companies, blah, 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 and who still eats a pint of ice cream in one sitting, okay, two. I just think that it's important for us to allow more space for that to be true. And so, what you're going to find is going to be, I'm like, okay, let's figure this out. Whoa, okay, let's see. What I hope to do is, I'm a master performer. I'm a perfectionist. I've been performing, I've been achieving since I was 3 years old. I started doing competitive gymnastics and competitive when basically as soon as I came out of the womb. So it is ingrained in me how to be a hard worker, the hardest worker in the room. It's ingrained in me how to be a peak performer, how to want to be the best in the world. So that I don't have to work so hard at. What I do have to work harder on is, the self-judgment that comes after eating a pint of ice cream and then being okay with that, like, we're all human. We all have our areas of improvement that we're working on, and as I share tools in this channel, I don't want it to feel like we have to be perfect. There's no room for growth. There's no room for authenticity. There's no room for us not getting it quote unquote right. That's not what this channel is going to be about. And so, so let's play together. Let's be authentic together. And so, so wanted to report back that I ate the entire thing of ice cream, and I thought I was at least going to watch a movie or something. Well, no, I was reading a couple of books, but that's how we self-development junkies do. So I'm going on my morning run, so it's a little loud. I think we're getting into the quiet part now. So, what I think I want to offer here is that you allow yourself grace, that you allow yourself the space to be messy, the space to not be perfect. For my recovering perfectionist and workaholics, and yes, I'm a workaholic, and I'm working on it, it means that the thought of not working my ass off is terrifying to me. And that, that has its whole background. But, for those of us who resonate, just be graceful with yourself, right? Be kind. I think we are often, especially for the perfectionists and the hard workers and the achievers, we can be our worst critic and be super harsh on ourselves. So I hope that you give yourself some grace, that you allow yourself to be messy, and that when you're messy and when you don't get it right, that you're like, it's fine, I'm human, moving on. Like, I still love myself. I am still valuable. I am still a wholly deserving of everything that I want human being. And so I hope that you can give yourself that grace. Number two, I hope that, that you're able to work on catching the self-dialogue that happens inside your brain, because at the end of the day, they're all thoughts. It's not the truth. It is not the real you. It is conditioned ways of thinking and neural networks and neural wiring that has been imprinted in your brain, quite literally. And so the exciting thing is that if we catch ourselves as we're thinking these thoughts, then we are able to, the first step is awareness. So the first step being like, oh shit, here I am thinking these things, like, stop it, be nice to yourself. And then just having that awareness of like, oh, that wasn't the most kind thing to think or say. I need to give myself some grace. That already is huge because you're interrupting that pattern. And then we want to not only interrupt the pattern, but we want to replace the pattern with something positive, right? So give yourself, create support systems. I know that support systems, processes, they work. They are what get you to create a new habit. They are what get you to actually succeed in changing your ways of feeling and thinking. And, you know, when things are hard, you fall to the lowest, what's the saying? To like the lowest level of your training. That's how, when it's really tough, that's how far you'll rise, because that's like what you're conditioned to. And so we want to train ourselves in our brains, but we also want to make it so we have systems that will allow us to succeed. And so think about what sort of systems you are, setting for yourself. Do you have audiobooks? Do you have a morning routine? So audiobooks that are positive and help you think more positively about yourself and your ways of thinking and understanding your brain, all these things. And then do you have systems that will allow you to be like, that's right. Like I have my checklist. Like as soon as I go into these thoughts, this is what I do. I change my state. I immediately like jump up and down and I scream or whatever it is. And I completely change my state. So that is my video for the week. I have a busy week. We have our mastermind starting this Wednesday, which I'm super excited about. We get to focus on performance, and I love performing, and I love setting big, audacious goals. And I get to work with some other people who are excited to kick some major ass in their goals. So that's going to be great. And if you happen to be in the Bay Area, I have an event tomorrow, so that's going to be awesome. It's like leave the event crying because you feel so in love with life kind of thing. So if you can make it, make it. And just be on the lookout. I'm going to have more products. I'm developing a course right now that's available on my website. And if you haven't joined my YouTube, if you haven't joined my Facebook group, the Soul Fire Community, join it. That's where I have like a lot more content, lives, just motivational stuff. I'll be sharing more of the, the day-to-day journey as It's okay if you eat an entire tub of ice cream or whatever it is, you screamed at your kids, or like you just didn't have the greatest moment, whatever it is. Forgive yourself, be kind to yourself. Know that yes, you have a better way of being and showing up, and that is the expectation that you have yourself, and that's who you're going to bring, and you're working on training yourself to be and show up as that person. And we're human, we're all not always going to be perfect, so I just hope that you're kind with yourself and you allow yourself the grace to be messy. So I will catch you next week. Mwah, kisses and lots of love. Bye. How do I end this? Interesting. I think like this. Yes.